right? Like, what are the dangerous weeds that may destroy a community garden? And at the bottom of that essay, there's a lot. There's a link that will take you to Marilyn's description of weeds that are helpful and or dangerous, versus me like 40 pages of pictures and names of things I didn't even existed. And there's a book I've been reading called City Bountiful, A Century of Community Gardening in America by Lawson. It is a fantastic book. I'm actually thinking about joining a community garden. I'm actually very serious about this. There's one in Tacoma Park and there's one in Silver Spring where I live. And so what I did for this, instead of giving you all the whole book, I pulled the preface, because the preface gives a really sort of like quick overview of community gardens, and then the introduction expands on that. And then I also included chapter 9, which talks about community gardens today. But it is a fantastic book. In addition to that, we are curating several panels, post-show discussions. So we do have an assistant dramaturg, Ethan Hart, who's a student at Howard University. He's unable to be with us today because today's his first rehearsal in a new show in Virginia. And he's taking care of a lot of our social media presence and so forth. And he's going to be hosting post-show discussions with some of you all in this very room. And so we know that you'll be here, and so we'll get to that later. But in terms of some of the ones that are curated with guest artists, the first one is going to be June 9th, and that is entitled Theater's Role in Civic Discourse. A post-show discussion with Raymond Caldwell and Caitlin Marshall, who you know. And we're going to talk really about theater, using theater as a way to respond to what's happening in the world, how theater promotes social and civic discourse and so forth. The stuff that I like.